I just want to say to the people who are battling deep depression or any form of mental illness, or people who are neurodivergent and especially if ADHD, autistic, I just want to say, first of all, you're doing a great job. You're doing the absolute best that you can with what you have right now, and I commend you. If you're anything like me, you're constantly looking for ways to do things better or be better, but I just want to let you know that you are better right now. I know that doesn't feel right or great, especially if you're in a complicated situation, but I just want you to know that everything that you do for yourself is for the best for you. You are doing your best 100% of the time with what you have and what you know how to do and the capacity that you have to give. So I just want to commend you for that really quick. I also want to give a little warning or disclaimer when it comes to researching a lot of these spiritual or these spiritual paths or these truths. I'll say truths. A lot of them are truths, but truths, some of them are not. These awakening videos, these, you know what I'm talking about, like where people try to tell you what's happening with your life and why you're feeling this way, and this is the reason why you're feeling this way. I just want to give a little warning about those videos, especially if you're neurodivergent and especially if you are in a mentally compromised state. The problem that I have with a lot of these videos, I was watching one not too long ago, and the channel is amazing. It's called Psy Logic or Psy something. Hold on. It's called Cyphoria. That's what it was called. I was watching one of the videos that one of my Instagram friends had reposted, and I'm in a place right now where I understand that not everything is for me, but I haven't always been in that state. I'm an ADHD autistic person. I tend to take things really literally. I tend to be really hard on myself, and it can become abusive very fast in my mind. And I know that not a lot of people realize that about themselves, especially if you're highly intelligent, neurodivergent. Sometimes we can, calculate all these different things in our brains, but sometimes we miss that everybody else operates differently than we do. They don't have the moral code that we have. They don't have the um, ability to think outside the box the way we do. They don't have this ability to go beyond what's been stated. They don't consider that a variety of people are watching their content. And a lot of them don't care, to be completely honest. They just want views and clicks. And that could be extremely dangerous. I feel like I've had to learn slowly and painfully that not all of these things are for me, and that a lot of them in the past have been more damaging than helpful to me. So I've had to kind of take everything that I get in with a grain of salt because I know I can sometimes take it too far. And I just want to um, bring that to your attention that if you watch something and you start analyzing your life, like what can I do differently or what can I be different? How can I improve my life? And it becomes abusive. It becomes like, what's wrong with me? Or why can't I be this way? Or why can't I be that way? Just turn it off. It's not helpful. If anything, it pushes you backwards because now what was a mind state of trying to help yourself, it now becomes an internal battle with yourself, an internal chaos firestorm that is so, if you're anything like me, it's so hard to get out of. Sometimes it could last for days. Like one video, one thing can like trigger this type of thing. And the biggest issue that I have with these videos is that they'll bring up these truths but have no recourse, no um suggestions or instructions on how to carry out the next steps beyond. It's like telling somebody, like we hear this all the time, telling a person who's never thought about this before, telling them that they're in the matrix and that they're being controlled by, you know, they're being controlled by companies and people, and that the government is, watching them all the time, da 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 da. Maybe for a regular person, they'd be like, oh, that's interesting. But for someone who is very intense, someone who's neurodivergent, someone who is mentally ill, that can cause a wide range of paranoia, versus telling them, you're in the matrix. This is what the matrix is made out of. But here's how you can deal with this better. Step one, step two, step three. Giving a person instructions on how to apply this idea to their lives, or giving them a way to carry out a new way of being, a new way of thinking without causing extreme damage. And a lot of these channels don't, most of them I've seen don't do that. And they just leave you with this, I guess, bomb drop of this is why you feel this way. And you have to figure out how to fix that. That's really fucking dangerous for a person who is struggling, because now that's another layer of I'm not good enough. I don't deserve this. Just another layer of chaos. And so I want to warn you to, as a neurodivergent person, as someone who's dealing with a mental illness or any sort of life strain that has become crippling, take everything you hear with a grain of salt. I don't give a fuck if it's from, your people, a therapist. Take everything, unless it's a therapist that really is specific in helping you with that thing. One of the biggest things that I've been finding incredibly hard, especially within my insurance, is finding therapists and doctors who specify in autistic adults and ADHD. I have not found one yet. I'll notice a lot of therapists and doctors will put things on their profile because they took a course, but they don't actually work with patients like that on a daily basis. And that's really dangerous to me, because because if you don't have the experience of working with someone who thinks differently, you're not aware of the different types of mindsets that come with that neurodivergence, then you do more damage than you do harm. And that's kind of why, for me, I really hate therapy. I hate it. I hate it not because the people are doing poor jobs, it's just their methods are not tailored to someone like me. And unfortunately, the people who are not in network, or they don't take insurance at all. And, highly specialized people are very expensive. One session, $350 expensive. Who has that? So a lot of us are out here just dealing with it on our own. And I use therapy, and if I need, which I haven't needed that in a while, if I needed some like antidepressants or mood stabilizers, I use that in extreme situations because those have a negative effect on my body. But that's a whole nother situation. But I just want to say, be careful with yourself. Have grace for yourself. If you hear something that's triggering a reaction of internal attack, just turn it off. I don't give a fuck if the whole comment section is lit up like, oh yeah, this is this. I don't care. If it's causing you stress and strain, I don't care what kind of information it is. It's not the information for you, and find something different. I also want to say, um, find people who are closely related to how you think, how you move. There's a podcast that I listen to who is very aware. She's not a doctor or anything like that, I don't think, but she does coaching and she does work with clients, or they. I don't know if it's a guy or a chick. I think they might be trans. But hold on. But it's called ADHD Flourishing. It's a podcast. I listen to it on Spotify, but I'm pretty sure you can find this podcast on YouTube as well. and they provide really, really helpful information that has, and maybe makes me emotional, that has allowed me to feel like, oh my God, like, so this feeling isn't weird. Like other people think like that, or this is why I feel this way a lot of times. This is, you know, and even like even with their type of content, not all of their content is for me, and they talk about if it's not for you, then leave it where it is. Some episodes I listen to and it becomes a little too much. Not that they said anything wrong, it's just my brain is not vibing with it. I just turn it off and look at something different. But try to find people and things that are in alignment with how you think and how you feel, and people who give good information and provides context to the type of information they're giving out, which, like I said, I feel like is so important. And people don't do that. Like, people don't think. People don't think about how what they do really can impact others. And don't get me wrong, we're human. We don't always think about things, but when you're talking about deep internal information, you have to give people a way to apply the information. Otherwise, it's useless. It's like giving someone a book who doesn't know how to read, or teaching someone a math lesson and they don't know how to count. Like, you know what I mean? Like, it's a fly in here. It's driving me crazy. But, so, oh, I'm sorry. Thought I was messing up. So I just wanted to say that, because listening to the video, I know for myself from experience that I can't take things so literally. I can't, I have to take it all with a grain of salt. Like, I understand that's truth, but I also recognize very fast that this is useless because you don't offer any way to apply this information or even suggestions on how to apply certain information. I do believe they have like audiobooks on that the original YouTube channel I mentioned. Like I said, they have good content. It's called Syphoria. They have good content, but it's a little dangerous. And I just wanted to talk about that because, again, I've listened to a lot of information over the years that have had a lot of truth, but not helpful and made things 10 times worse for me. So, so yeah, I just want to say that. Um, I believe that's it. I hope that you're having a good day and sending you so much love and telling you to take care of yourself as best you can. You are always doing the absolute best you can that you know how in this moment today, and be proud of yourself for that. Everybody is doing the best that they can. All right, love y'all. Bye.